Imagine this, the world's eyes locked on Tesla and BYD, unveiling futuristic EVs with jaw-dropping price tags. And then, out of nowhere, India pulls off a silent thunderclap. A full-fledged electric car for just $2,099. Yes, you heard that right. Not a concept, not a prototype. A car already built for the streets. Affordable enough to make industry experts whisper, "Wait, what just happened?" Because this isn't just about price. It's about rewriting the rules of technology. It's about proving that the future doesn't have to cost a fortune. So, buckle up. What you're about to see isn't just another EV. It's a revolution on wheels, and it started where no one expected, right here in India. A car that cheap and electric? Sounds like a prank, right? But it's no joke. It's reality. This tiny-looking machine has shaken the titans, forcing them to ask, how on earth did India pull this off? While Tesla's entry-level models still cost thousands, India rewrote the rulebook, proving that true technology means more innovation, less expense. But here's the real mystery. How does a car this cheap actually work? What secret tech makes it both economical and powerful? Stay with me, because we're about to uncover it. And before we dive deeper, hit subscribe so you never miss breakthroughs like this. Now, before we reveal the world's cheapest EV, let's take a quick look at India's EV journey. In just a few years, the shift has been nothing short of a revolution. Remember when people doubted EVs? Will it run well? Where do I charge? Will the battery last? Today, those same skeptics are lining up outside EV showrooms. Trust has grown, demand has exploded. Take 2023, for example. India shattered records with over 1.5 million EVs sold, from scooters to three-wheelers to cars. That's nearly 50% more than in 2022. Clearly, EVs are no longer a novelty. They're becoming the true replacement for petrol and diesel. And behind this surge, smart policy. Schemes like FAME 2/upfront costs, while state governments pile on incentives, waiving road tax, cutting registration fees, and making the switch irresistible. When it comes to EV sales in India, the crown still belongs to two-wheelers. Sleek scooters from Ola, IThe, TVS, and the iconic Bajaj Chetak. But here's the twist. Four-wheelers are no longer trailing quietly in the background. Their sales are surging, and leading the charge is Tata Motors. The Nexon EV and Tiger EV, instant favorites. Add to that the MG ZS, Hyundai Kona, and Mahindra's bold XUV 400, and suddenly the roads are looking very different. Now, step back and look at the global stage. Yes, India hasn't matched giants like Tesla and BYD in sheer production numbers, but here's the shocker. India is growing faster than anyone else. Reports show the nation is racing to become the world's third-largest EV market, right behind China and the US. Think about it. China sells EVs in the tens of millions. Yet, global automakers now have their eyes locked on India, drawn by its massive population and explosive potential. And India isn't just waiting, it's building its own future, setting up lithium-ion plants, expanding charging infrastructure, and with institutions like NITI Aayog mapping out a long-term EV roadmap. Take Ola, for instance. It's constructing its own gigafactory, aiming to make everything in-house, from scooters to cars. India isn't just buying EVs anymore, it's becoming a global hub for making them. And the proof is everywhere. EV dealerships are springing up in small towns. Charging stations? You'll find them in metro stations, on highways, inside malls, even in office basements. The message is clear. EVs aren't a distant dream. They've already rolled into India's present. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Mini EV that has rattled the entire market. Meet the Yakuza Mini electric car. Price tag? Just $299, barely 1.75 lakh rupees. Yes, you heard that right. a fully electric car at a cost lower than some smartphones. Not a concept, not a prototype, this car is already hitting the roads, solving the biggest challenge of modern city life: traffic. While the world obsessed over Tesla's futuristic models and BYD's cutting-edge launches, India quietly dropped this compact disruptor, proof that true innovation doesn't always come wrapped in luxury, it comes with sharp thinking and grounded technology. The first thing you'll notice about the Yakuza is its compact charm, small, on purpose, a design tailored for India's narrow lanes, packed bazaars, and endless traffic jams. Imagine sliding it into the tightest parking spot near a metro station or down the slim lane outside your home. That's where this car shines, built not for fantasy, but for reality. And its look? Don't let the price fool you. From the front, it feels modern. LED-style headlights, a chrome touch, smooth curves. It doesn't look like a cheap retrofit, it looks like it belongs on today's roads. With color options like white, red, and silver, it even carries a youthful vibe. Its finish and paint quality? Easily on par with global entry-level EVs. But the real magic lies in its function over form. It may be small, but it punches above its weight. Ideal for the urban commuter, the student, the delivery partner, the solo traveler, even the shopkeeper. While big EVs sit stuck in traffic, the Yakuza zips through with ease. And here's the thought that makes it different: maximum convenience at minimum cost. Large mirrors for better vision, good ground clearance for India's bumpy roads, and 13-inch compact tires designed for rough patches. This mini EV adapts to both metro cities and small towns effortlessly. In short, it isn't just a cheap EV, it's a smart one. You might be wondering, what's the thrill in driving such a tiny car? But think about it. Petrol prices are climbing, parking spots are vanishing, and city traffic is worse than ever. In that reality, cars like the Yakuza EV aren't just fun, they're game changers. Small in size, massive in impact. So massive, in fact, that the entire auto world is now paying attention. But here's the burning question: how did India create an EV this cheap? When other companies demand 10 to 12 lakh rupees for a so-called affordable EV, how did the Yakuza arrive at just 1.75 lakh? Was it made with weaker materials? Did they sacrifice performance? The answer? Absolutely not. Behind this price tag is a masterstroke of smart indigenous planning, a cost-cutting strategy so precise it turned the impossible into reality. Let's break it down. Step 1. Local production. Every part of the Yakuza EV is made and assembled right here in India. No expensive imports from China, no unnecessary foreign add-ons. That means no sky-high shipping fees, no heavy import duties. By going fully local, everything, from materials to labor, stays economical. And those savings, they go straight into your pocket. Step 2. Micro-component strategy. While other EV makers cram their cars with costly AI sensors, giant infotainment systems, and overpowered motors, Yakuza asked a simple question: what do people really need? A reliable, everyday EV, not a luxury toy. So instead of bloated extras, they focused on essentials. The motor? Stable, efficient, not unnecessarily high speed. The battery? Small but smartly balanced, enough range for daily commutes, quick to charge. The dashboard? No flashy touchscreen, just clear meters and indicators. In short, everything necessary stayed. Everything unnecessary vanished. Now comes the third and most fascinating factor: the assembly process. Big automakers rely on robotic assembly lines worth crores. Yakuza? They went full Desi Jugaad, maximum output, minimum cost. A compact factory, a small but skilled team, and a smartly simplified process. Every step is designed to save time and cut waste. Imagine this, opening a machine with just 5 screws instead of 25. Faster to build, easier to repair, and far cheaper overall. Another secret: self-dependence. Instead of importing battery packs, motors, and controllers from overseas, Yakuza makes them right here in India. That means no waiting on shipments, no inflated import costs, no delays. While Tesla ships material across continents, Yakuza's entire supply chain sits at home. The result? Massive savings delivered straight to the customer. But then comes the doubt. Will such a cheap car even last? The truth is, it's built for the everyday Indian. Short range, low maintenance, easy charging, budget-friendly. No flashy gadgets, no overpriced luxuries, just a reliable ride that takes you from A to B without burning your wallet. Yakuza proves EVs aren't just toys for the rich, they're a right for the common man. And that brings us to the heart of the car, the battery and charging system. Whenever you hear EV, the same questions pop up. How far will it go? How long to charge? Is the battery durable? Is it safe? Let's answer them simply. On a full charge, the Yakuza Mini EV runs 120 to 150 kilometers. At first you might think that's low, but remember, this isn't for long highway adventures. It's designed for the city, commuting to work, dropping kids to school, picking up groceries, making deliveries. For that, 100 to 150 kilometers is more than enough. And here's the kicker. Its battery is light and cleverly engineered, which keeps the car's overall weight low and the ride smooth. Practical, efficient, and smart. Now let's talk about what every EV buyer wants to know: charging time. With a normal household charger, the Yakuza Mini EV takes about 6 to 7 hours for a full charge. In simple words, plug it in at night, wake up in the morning, and it's ready to roll, just like your smartphone. But use the company's fast charger, and you'll get 80% power in just 3 hours. Here's the clever part. Its charging system is built for India. Power cuts, voltage fluctuations, no problem. This EV is designed to handle them all. And the heart of this setup is its lithium iron phosphate battery, LFP for short. The same technology Tesla now uses in its affordable models. Why LFP? Because it's safer, tougher, and cooler. These batteries hardly heat up, they last longer, and the risk of fire or overheating is dramatically lower. Add to that their long life cycle. You can charge and discharge them many more times than standard batteries, meaning they'll serve you for years. And safety? Yakuza didn't cut corners. The battery comes wrapped in thermal insulation with an intelligent heat management system. Even if the temperature outside hits 45 degrees Celsius, the battery cools itself down. Perfect for Indian summers. On top of that, a battery management system, BMS, keeps constant watch, tracking temperature, charge levels, and overall health. If there's any sign of danger, the system warns you or even stops charging automatically. And here's a game changer. The battery is portable and replaceable. If something goes wrong years later, you don't need to junk the car, just swap the battery. Since they're locally made, replacements are quick and affordable, with no endless waiting for imports or warranty claims. So in the end, the Yakuza proves something powerful. Affordable doesn't mean unsafe. This EV isn't just cheap, it's smart, sustainable, and built for the everyday Indian road. So here's the real question. When you're getting a full EV at such a low price, does it actually come with useful features, or is it just a car for namesake? The honest truth, the Yakuza Mini EV is built with a clear mindset. Give you only what you need for daily driving, cut out the unnecessary show-off extras. And that thinking, that's what makes it special. Let's start with the dashboard. You might be wondering, does it even have a screen? The answer is yes. Not a giant flashy 10-inch tablet, but a smart digital display that gives you exactly what matters: speed, battery level, range, indicators, drive mode, and charging status. Simple, clear, and reliable. Now what about entertainment? For this price, you still get a basic music system with USB and Bluetooth. Connect your phone, play music, take calls, even use low-level voice commands. The speakers aren't luxury grade, but they're good enough for everyday drives, and that's the point. But here comes the surprise. In a car that costs just 1.75 lakh rupees, you also get a reverse camera with parking assist guidance. Imagine that. You're parking in a tight spot, and the live view with guidelines pops up on your screen. In crowded cities where parking space feels smaller than the car itself, this is a lifesaver, especially for new drivers or senior citizens. And of course, safety hasn't been ignored. The Yakuza Mini EV includes a seatbelt reminder, a dual lock system, and battery cutoff protection, so power disconnects instantly in case of emergency. On top of that, it has a digital locking system requiring both a code and a key, making theft far more difficult. So no, this isn't just a namesake EV. It's proof that even the most affordable car can still be smart, practical, and safe. Now, you might be asking, does a car this cheap offer even a hint of luxury? The answer, not lavish, but clever. Think premium-style seat covers, dual-tone interiors, LED instrument lights glowing at night, even a basic AC system that keeps you cool in the summer heat. And if you go for the top variant, you'll get power windows and central locking too. Small touches, but smart touches. But the bigger question buzzing everywhere is this: who's behind the Yakuza EV? Is it a veteran car maker stepping into the EV world, or a bold new startup making its debut? Here's the truth. Despite the foreign-sounding name, Yakuza Auto is fully Indian. A young startup, not an old giant. They dreamed of building an affordable, durable EV for the common man, and then they actually did it. While most automakers were chasing luxury buyers, Yakuza turned the spotlight toward everyday people. That's how the Mini EV was born. Now, you may compare it to Chinese brands like Wuling, Baojuan, or Chang'an. Sure, they make cheap EVs too, but their models rarely fit Indian roads, and importing them doubles the price with duty and customs. That's where Yakuza Auto cracked the code. Local design, local assembly, local production. Costs down, compatibility up. Built by India, for India. And who's exactly this car made for? The answer is simple: the dreamers. Students who need a ride to class. Delivery partners and small business owners who live on the streets every day. Tutors, medical reps, or anyone crushed by petrol prices but still needing their own four wheels. The Yakuza Mini EV was built for those who once thought a car was out of reach. Now it's parked right at their doorstep. The Yakuza Mini EV may look like it's built for solo riders, and yes, it's perfect if you're on your own. Small, easy to park, simple to drive, and with almost no maintenance. But here's the surprise: it's not just for singles. A small family, husband, wife, and a child, this little car still fits right in. School drop-offs, office commutes, evening vegetable runs, this EV handles it all without complaint. And here's the bigger picture. The Yakuza isn't just a car, it's the living proof of India's EV master plan. With schemes like FAME 2, state subsidies, and tax exemptions, Yakuza Auto created something that's not only affordable, but also perfectly aligned with the government's mission: clean, accessible mobility for all. This isn't only business, it's a mission. A mission to put cheap, sustainable transport in the hands of every Indian. And the secret weapon behind it? Local innovation. Indian engineers picked technologies that deliver maximum performance at minimum cost, whether it's the battery design, the motor setup, or the charging system. Everything is tuned to India's mindset, India's needs. The Yakuza Mini EV isn't about luxury. It's about a thought. The thought that technology should never be locked behind a paywall for the rich. It should be the right of every common man. That idea gave rise to this Indian startup, and with it, they achieved what the world's biggest companies were still only dreaming of. And then, the spark caught fire. When the news broke that India had launched a fully electric car for just $2.99, around 1,75,000 rupees, the global media went into a frenzy. A car made quietly for the Indian streets suddenly turned into international headlines. CNN, Bloomberg, TechCrunch, The Verge, everywhere the story echoed. India launches the most affordable electric car in the world. Launching an EV at such a low price wasn't just about breaking records. It was a direct challenge to the giants of the industry. For Tesla and BYD, kings of the EV market, the Yakuza Mini EV was nothing less than a warning bell. It proved a simple truth. With the right strategy and local production, an electric car can be made for the common man, not just the elite. Think about it. While Tesla talks about a Model 2 at $25,000, India has already delivered an EV at 10 times less. That's why experts everywhere are asking the big question: is India about to become the next global EV hub? Could these tiny cars be exported to Africa, South America, and Asia, snatching market share straight out of the hands of global giants? Suddenly, the questions are no longer for India, they're for the industry titans. But let's not forget, the Yakuza Mini wouldn't exist without the backing of the Indian government. Strong EV policies gave startups like Yakuza the runway to take off. Take the FAME 2 scheme. It directly puts money in your favor. When you buy an EV, the government itself pays part of the cost, easing the hit on your pocket. Yakuza EV is a direct beneficiary of this incentive. State governments stepped in too. Waived road taxes, free registration, even free FASTag in some states. Add subsidies on charging, and suddenly EVs aren't just affordable, they're irresistible. And then there's Make in India. The Yakuza Mini isn't assembled overseas, it's fully homegrown. Battery, motor, assembly, everything made in India. That means no import duties, more local jobs, and most importantly, the price stayed so low that even the average Indian family could dream of owning a car. This isn't just a slogan anymore. Make in India is alive, real, and rolling on Indian roads. If we talk about Green India vision, the Yakuza EV fits right at the heart of it. India dreams of a future where the majority of vehicles run electric, not only cutting our dependence on petrol, but slashing pollution levels across our cities. And that dream is only possible when EVs are cheap, durable, and truly within reach of every citizen. That's exactly what the Yakuza Mini EV delivers, a bold step into that cleaner, smarter future. So let's be clear. This isn't just a cheap little car, it's a movement. The outcome of India's technological skill, government support, and the everyday needs of its people coming together. And if innovation like this keeps flowing, the day isn't far when India won't just be driving EVs, it will be exporting them to the entire world. If you found this story valuable and you want to stay ahead of the curve on EV innovations, breakthrough tech, and real Desi Jugaad, then hit subscribe. Because here you don't just get news, you get technology explained simply and directly to you first.